anybody who's ever been moving downtown or thinks about moving downtown, it's always been about where am I going to shop for food?
Hello and welcome to See You Live. I'm Susan Post, Associate Editor of Columbus Underground. Today I have with me Marc Conte, who is the Deputy Director of Research, Planning, and Facilities at the Special Improvement Districts downtown. So the SID recently released its State of Downtown report, which has a lot of different statistics about what's going on downtown, from population to education to development, and it also covers retail. So in the report, downtown had one net new retailer last year. So quickly tell us a little bit about the methodology behind that number, because I know that there were other businesses that did open downtown in 2019.
Yeah, we had a lot of businesses open and a lot of businesses close. And so, from a net perspective, we had one new retailer, but of course, other things that opened, such as Belly Burger replacing Oliver's. Yeah.
Awesome. So that one retailer, or one of the retailers that opened, was DGX, which is a convenience/grocery store from Dollar General. Tell us a little bit about why that was such an important addition to the retail landscape downtown.
Well, really, anybody who's ever been moving downtown or thinks about moving downtown, it's always been about where am I going to shop for food? And now, granted, most people who are moving downtown still have cars.
Right.
There's a fantastic Kroger in the Brewery District, very short drive. For a while, there was the Giant Eagle in Victorian Village. And then, of course, we have the Hills Market over in the Discovery District. But everyone was always thinking of that small, sort of quintessential New York grocer that had all that stuff, including fresh produce, crammed into one little space. DGX has that. It's not so crammed, but they have a huge variety, plus they have fresh produce, which is a real plus for this part of downtown.
Yeah, I think it's great. We made a couple trips down there, and I've been pretty impressed myself just to kind of see the variety. And, there's not really anything else like it downtown, I would say. But, what are some of the challenges to seeing more things like DGX and seeing more retail downtown?
A big challenge is just having appropriate space for a retailer. DGX, while it's part of a national chain, that's the exception, it's not the rule. If the chains ever come back to downtown, it's not going to be for several years, and they'll all come in a pack. So now we're left with small independent retailers. Well, a lot of the space we have available for lease right now isn't set up to just move somebody in immediately. It's not white boxed. And then a lot of developers are looking for a credit-worthy tenant who'll sign a 10-year lease, have all this financial backing, and again, that's just not the independent retailer.
It's tough for a small business.
Yeah.
So you mentioned, if chains come back, they're probably going to come back kind of all at once. So tell us a little bit about kind of, clustering and why that's important to retail and kind of why we're not seeing that right now.
Well, a good example was the retailer Robert Mason, who had his stationery and lifestyle home goods stuff all together. It was a really fantastic store.
Used to be in this building.
Building, yeah. But he was this lone presence in the desert. Granted, we have a lot of other retail around Gay Street and Gay and High, but they're mostly restaurants.
Right.
And so if there were some similar stores around him or other reasons to be walking by and more foot traffic, I think he could have made a better go of it here.
Right. So in an earlier video, we talked about downtown's population. It's on the rise, expected to hit 10,000 this year, which is a pretty big milestone. But what kind of critical mass of population do you think downtown needs to hit to see some more robust retail?
I think we're going to need 15 to 20,000 people to really see a lot more retail happen. And part of the problem is our downtown is so large that these 10,000 people that we expect this year, they're really kind of spread out.
Right. When do you think we might see that 15 to 20, if you had to guess?
If I had to guess, again, barring whatever might happen with the economy, we could see 15,000 in 5 years. It's possible.
On the horizon.
Yeah.
Anything else that really jumps out to you kind of about how, the retail landscape downtown is changing?
Overall, it's going to be just really interesting to see what happens in the next 5-10 years because the whole national retail landscape is changing because of online sales.
Right.
Now, they still only make up, I think, less than 15, maybe even less than 10% of all sales. But every retailer, including the independents, they're all rethinking their model. And again, to talk about somebody who's close by here, Zero's Wallets, It's the brick and mortar presence he has here on Gay Street, but he's also doing his internet business here on Gay Street as well. And so I think that's going to be the model going forward for a lot of these independent retailers.
Great. Kind of have both channels, hitting all your bases.
Right.
Awesome. So if you want to check out more about downtown retail and that State of Downtown report, check out CU. We'll have an article up with more details. Thanks so much, Mark, for coming in today.
Thank you.